Today, from London, England, it's the NFL International Series on EA Sports. It's the London Black Knights taking on the Los Angeles Rams.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Los Angeles Rams and the London Black Knights. Strap in. This will be a good one. 2 one-loss teams getting together as they're underway on EA Sports. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. They'll be led out by a first-round pick in 2019 from Ohio State. It's Dwayne Haskins.
And coming off of an early season open week. And in this situation, what he told us when we sat down with him was he spent a lot of time working on fundamentals, kind of getting back to basics during that time, as opposed to having to worry about healing up or resting up. It's too early in the season. Get back to the basics and get his game going again.
Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps.
And nothing but daylight ahead. Touchdown, L.A. Evan Ingram, his second touchdown on the season. And the Rams are going to take a first-quarter lead. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And he returns this to the 22. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they'll be led out by the guy under center, Charles, at quarterback.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game. Almost like basketball, where both teams press, and one team gets an advantage. Our team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself.
Looking for Pettis, but that's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. Now this defense looking like they have come to play the pick 6, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visits, what do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski, that's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Come on now. Let's do this.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
Mike's 50. Mike's 50.
Back to throw now on first down. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's another first down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards.
Now, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Eluding the pressure right. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 11. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Now after the turnover, here's Haskins. Johnson with a completion over the middle. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. Again, it's Haskins. And Ingram pulls it in. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. From the gun, here's Swift. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rush will just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. They'll try and run here with Swift. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. second down, Swift. And they'll get to him just inside the 15. Even after the strong run we just saw, they're able to corral him quickly defensively. Interested to see what they dial up here. 3rd and goal with a lot of green between them and the end zone. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal. Sanders' kick is good. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
It's not like you're going negative on me, partner.
I was.
Sounds like you're thinking the 3 is just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So.
Well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
London about set to take over on offense. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
This is Breida. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 16 yards, a first down. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run. This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Now a good job shifting right, finding his target. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. The Rams go nickel here defensively on 3rd.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
And the Rams got him. They bring him down. The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10. They're going to try and throw. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That pickup goes for 25. What a flip of the script from 4th down to 1st. Here's Breida. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Kevin Byard up to make the tackle. They run with Breida. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now it's Breida. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
53, check 53.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Their mobile quarterback. His 6th touchdown of the season. And his guys are able to close that gap just a bit.
Well, they were backed up on 3rd and goal, and when you saw him starting to scramble, my thought process was he'll get what he can and maybe get out of bounds. But he got a little bit greedy there. And in this case, greed was good as he got into the end zone.
And it's 17-7. So that one a 13-play drive in total. And in the end, the finishing touch, an 11-yard run. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. And the Rams now coming out on the field. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try to add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Here's Haskins out of the gun. He gets it left side to Johnson. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now it's Haskins. He's going to get that to Swift underneath. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll make it 2nd down.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on 1st down. They're ahead of the chains now.
From the 47, it's 2nd and 5. Haskins back to the air. That's complete to Swift out of the backfield. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it'll move the chains. He'll drop this one off to Swift. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. So there you have it. Halftime quickly over. 3rd quarter, here we go. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the 2nd half. Fielded just outside the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. That'll be complete to Breida. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. It kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
Still all sorts of time left in this game, and you'd like to be able to say take it one play at a time. But the truth is, they're probably going to have to hit on a few big plays in the passing game to close this gap, and that's a good start right there.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
London boys, what up?
Pick up first down. Back to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. Pettis, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And his guys are able to make this a close game again. And man, Charles, talk about zinging something in there. Those gloves, they help with one-handed catches, the fun stuff. Any padding for a rocket like that?
One would think so, but I'll guarantee you this. After that throw, his hands will hurt later. Not right now in the moment. He's just feeling good about catching it.
Yeah, a little stinger, but a touchdown. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the attention turns back to the Rams offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. Sheds another, but he breaks through another tackle. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. A nice job there as he rumbles for 9, and it'll be back to a 3rd and 3. They'll run here with Swift, and he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on 3rd down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right. They need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Johnson. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A.
You always worry about those smaller receivers running through that gnarly patch of land in the middle of the field. But he did a really nice job there holding on to the football and protected himself as best he could while completing the play.
And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They'll find Swift out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. That's a gain of 13, first down Rams.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him. Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Now left side on the swing pass. No yardage to speak of whatsoever. Leads to a 3rd down.
That's a nice job defensively to make sure everyone was accounted for, because ordinarily you pick up the guys downfield and sometimes you forget about the running back. In this case, they did not and dropped him for no gain.
Third down. Here's Haskins. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Welcome back now here in London. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. The kick by Sanders is good. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now. They feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They run again with Breeden. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on them.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. And they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line. The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. DeAndre Swift, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Rams use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Looking to throw, Haskins. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. Taken in the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. London about set to take over on offense. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Good word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
That, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Flush to his right. And his throw is incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. He'll try and run it. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. He's got a 1st down and then some inside the 40. And finally down at the 32-yard line. 22 yards there, a 1st down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And they move this all the way down to the 9. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. Now back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And it's caught. Touchdown. Dante Pettis with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And his guys have made this a one-score game now.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. L.A. set to take over again on offense. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit. You tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
On first down, Swift. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Once again, it's Swift. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Swift. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Here's Swift. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. Now a carry for Swift. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
Sometimes I think cornerbacks can benefit from the fact that quarterbacks might just forget about the idea that they might be near the line of scrimmage. How about the anticipation there, sneaking in and making a big play in the backfield?
Sanders' kick is good, and that'll push the lead up to 8. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, You've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short of the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Back to throw. They'll roll him out right. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Flushed out right. He's going to let it fly. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And that is going to seal this victory as time runs out. Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here, coming down really to that last play. Great job defensively to get the pick and seal it.
And we know that every play during a game matters. You're never sure which one's going to be one of the key ones. But at the end of the game, when you analyze it, 3, 4, 5 plays are going to be the ones you focus on. And that last play was one of them. The last shot had to take it, and they came up with the interception and sealed their victory.